time.
Whoa.
I can't hear. Oh, no, I can. I can hear. It might be one of those shows where I cough for the whole show, but I'm not coughing that bad.
Huh.
What are you doing?
I'm fussing.
This microphone is so hairy.
Hairy.
What did, like, a Sasquatch use this last?
Possibly.
Well, did someone, like, try to brush their hair with it?
You always ask me questions at the beginning of the show.
I know. I guess it's because you got here a minute before me, so I figured you knew all the answers.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I
have a cold, so I'm sorry. I'm one of these people who... I just want to explain why I always snuff and I don't blow my nose, because I have weird sinuses. I can't blow my nose. Like, it just hurts. So I spend a whole cold, the duration of whenever I have a virus, just sniffing.
You don't blow your nose at all, like...
I can't. My sinuses are either shortened or something, like nothing.
Did you tell me this before?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I forgot that. That's tough.
That's
tough on you.
What's the word? Anomalies? Is that a word?
Abnormalities.
No, there's another one that's just like
abduction.
Anomalies or something.
Anomalies.
Anomaly. Thank you. I just am pronouncing it wrong. Like, a bunch of things about my body are wrong. Like, I can't blow my nose. I can't go underwater without holding my nose. I've never been, because I can't blow out of my nose. So, you know, when you jump into a lake or something and you just kind of whoosh out with your nose, or that's what I assume other people do.
Whoosh out.
You know, you whoosh the air out of your nose at the same time so that, like, you don't get water up your nose.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't burp. I have no burping function somehow.
No burping function?
None. It seems like it'd be really fun. Like, my kids were in the backseat burping like the alphabet the other day, and they were having such a fun time.
It's not that much fun.
And I've, like, in junior high, I remember my best friends tried to teach me to burp. Like, we tried to drink, like, soda, and they were like, it's so easy. Just gulp it down like this, and then...
Huh. Nothing worked.
Nothing works.
I'm sorry.
I can't burp, sorry. But,
okay.
And I can't blow my nose.
Wow.
I also have a slightly colder body temperature than other people.
Wow, you've got me just thinking about a lot of stuff.
And my blood pressure is so low that the doctors always think that I'm, like, dead. Like, I register as, like, a dead person. Huh. But I'm not.
No.
Not even, like, a zombie or anything.
No.
So, I don't know what's wrong with me.
Oh.
Anyhow.
I'm glad you're alive.
Me too.
It's a good thing.
It's not fun to be sick when you can't blow your nose, apparently.
Yeah.
Sounds like
I have a stuffy nose, too, kind of. I don't feel sick, but I've been working outside
I don't feel
a lot.
horrible. I just am, it's inconvenient.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. Okay, so things sound normal to you in your headphones, pretty much?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
All right, I think we're here. We could officially invite people to listen to the show now, so go right ahead.
Welcome, one and all, to 11th Hour Radio Show.
Yeah.
With Christina Stikos and Emily Howe. Coming to you live from Royalton Community Radio, WFVR-LP 96.5.
I'm going to get comfortable.
Yeah, you do that. I'll try to remember all the things we say. You guys can find, we never remember to tell you lately, please go to our website, 11thhourradio.com, because we have 6 years worth of podcasts on there. So if you missed even one show ever, you can find it.
It might be hard to find it, like a needle in a haystack.
We're 6 years old now, Christina.
Yeah.
It was like sometime in early May. I saw it go by and I forgot because I was too busy.
6 is fun. 6 is a fun kind of year, I think.
Yeah.
It feels good to me. It feels youthful.
We're so youthful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, what else was I going to tell you people? But you can also find podcasts on YouTube or Apple Podcasts. And thanks to our sponsors, Howvale Farms, Tunbridge Grease Collective, Mountain Folk Concert Series, and Christina, I forgot the other one.
That's all right.
Rivendell Restoration.
You said it so fast.
Rivendell Restoration.
Rivendell. Where does that come from?
I don't
Hobbit?
know. That's what I was going to say. It seems very Tolkien.
Yeah, but somehow Vermont has adopted it because there's a school called Rivendell, right?
Oh, yeah, there is. Well, next to wherever Hobbit land is, Vermont seems kind of hobbity, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think Lord of the Rings was filmed in New Zealand, which seems like the coolest place to me because A, they don't have anything poisonous in New Zealand. Like, there's no poisonous snakes or spiders, I don't believe. And that's a huge draw to me. I like that idea because I don't want to go someplace where there's poisonous things. And they have every type of climate there. They have, like, rainforests. They have deserts. They have, like, beaches. Deep, I mean, old growth forests. I don't know. It just feels like it's everything.
It is.
Something for everybody in New Zealand.
That's why the Illuminati is taking over New Zealand.
What's the Illuminati?
It's just like the control matrix
Oh.
that controls our planet.
And apparently they have really, according to John, they have like really good deals for people to film movies there. Like their, whatever their...
Well, of course,
which
Hollywood.
is why all the movies get filmed there. And it's just beautiful.
Don't screw up your cord.
I'm trying to unscrew it. See, like, I'm trying to recoil it because look at how it's all like coiled weird.
Yeah, but you
Someone
can't
needs
fix
to
that.
recoil
Oh,
it
you can
around
fix
like
that.
a pretzel rod or something. What would be about the right size for this? Yeah, pretzel rod.
Pretzel rods.
I guess this microphone's a little too fat to try to recoil it.
Rebar. Rebar's good.
Yeah, rebar is good.
Yeah, it's about the right same size as like straight pretzels, right?
Yeah.
But pretzels taste better for sure.
I don't love pretzels.
I haven't
so
had
dry
pretzels
and boring.
I haven't had them in years, but I like them.
I only like them. My favorite restaurant used to be Peter Christian's in New London, and they have this amazing honey mustard like dippy stuff, and they would bring you pretzels and this honey mustard
Like
before your meal.
Hanover pretzels.
Yeah.
You know, those Hanover ones that are covered with stuff.
Yeah. I thought those were Snyder's.
Oh, why am I thinking Hanover?
I don't know.
There's some connection there, but somebody knows. Somebody's going, oh yeah, I know.
That's a good company. My mom wrote to them once because they don't put anything bad in their pretzels.
Who? Snyder?
And she said, thanks for not putting bad stuff in your pretzels. And they sent her coupons for like lots of free pretzels.
Because that's not probably true that they don't put anything bad in their pretzels because
I don't
that's
know.
impossible
She
for
extra
processed
liked them.
food.
I don't know, but they didn't.
NPR had this big headline today that said, "Oh, processed foods drive weight gain," as if that was some kind of
big news.
Yeah, big. Like you just caught up with like decades of news.
So ridiculous.
It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah.
I don't know if it's the processing that causes the weight gain. It's the
well, it's turning food into non-food, basically.
It's the what am I trying to say? What's the sugar? What's the
additives? What's
the corn syrup and stuff?
Yeah, well, there's that part of it, but also it's just screwing around with it so much.
Just everyone needs. What is the big deal? Why do they have to keep screwing around with food? Everything bad that's going on, everything with people's health.
It's so you can put it in boxes. Like these
Why?
Pop-Tarts.
Why?
See the Pop-Tarts right here that I pulled out?
I wouldn't
these
touch
Pop-Tarts
those with a 10-foot pole.
They've been in the studio for how long? Like over a year?
A long time.
Maybe 2 years.
I bet you they're expired. Let's find the expiration date.
Yeah, they're not open. Like nobody's been eating them. But they're sort of a fixture here at the studio, which is cool. Like, why not have a
date?
like
maybe they don't even expire. Here we go.
That's the mascot.
January 29th, 2019. So they're already expired.
Boy, that means they're old because those probably don't expire for years. So that box,
right. So it's been here forever.
Yeah, it
looks a little discolored, doesn't it?
Faded, and it hasn't been sitting in the sun at all. Not really.
It's just got that look to it. It's like a dated looking.
There we go. I just had to try to turn you up a little bit. Well, do you have any favorite lawn ornaments?
Yes, I have a family of skunks. There's a wooden mom skunk, and then 3 little kind of cut out wooden baby skunks that follow her.
That's your favorite?
That's my only lawn ornament, I guess.
So. Oh, you have that?
Yeah, they were my great Aunt Letty's growing up. They're always like when we grew up in Heartland, it was like sort of a fixture in town. Mm-hmm. If you were giving directions, she'd be like, "Go by the house with the skunks."
Okay.
Because they were always out in her yard, and when she died, we were cleaning out her house, and everyone's like, "Who wants these skunks?" I'm like, "I'll take the skunks."
Oh, nice.
So they go in my garden, but
okay,
those are the only lawn ornaments I have. So I guess it's not.
There's some that I just really don't like.
You mean just out in the world? That's
yeah,
my favorite
out in the world. Do you have like favorites or not favorites?
I mean, I like gnomes, but gnome. It's
They're a
got to be
little
a
cheesy.
certain
That's
time
not-
and place for gnome.
That's not how I picture a gnome. Like how
Nope.
they cartoonize gnomes. That's not what they really look like.
I like the really kind of kitschy looking, flat, two-dimensional like cutout wood things.
You do?
Kinda.
Do you like wishing wells? Fake wishing wells?
No, I kind of like that. That lady who looks like she's bent over, who looks
Yeah.
like a mushroom. That's
like-
kind of
Okay.
cute
Okay, how about like
in a throwback sort of way.
do you like mirror balls? Or any kind of balls?
See, that's like the original lawn ornament because the museum I
is?
work at, the Moral Homestead, they have pictures of them sitting in their yard with their big silver
It's
mirror
historical.
gazing ball.
I didn't realize it had a history.
And we still
like
have the
that.
gazing ball up in the.
Really?
up
It's
in
a
the,
gazing ball. What does
yeah.
that do? What do you see?
You look in it and everything's like magical.
I see. Yeah. And gnomes appear. Perhaps.
One of the gardeners keeps putting little garden gnomes in the Victorian gardens there, and they just don't look right, and
Like
everyone else keeps taking
Why?
them down.
Because it's like Smurfs, which is not a gnome.
No,
A
but
Smurf
they're
is
like
not a-
modern-y looking kind of plastic resin gnomes, and we're like, what
Yeah.
are you doing?
No, that's not good. Just take those out.
Yeah, we do.
I like Buddhas, kind of. Some,
Yep.
not all Buddhas.
I like Buddhas too.
Yeah. The like Saint Francis is okay by me.
Yep, I like St. Francis.
Because Saint Francis liked animals, and he was sort of a patron saint of animals.
I like
right?
little fountains sometimes.
Little fountains.
Yep.
Yeah, fountains can be okay.
And
If they're not
some
too
bird baths
elaborate.
are okay.
Yeah, bird baths can be fine because they just sit there.
They're
They don't try to
interactive,
do
too.
anything.
Right,
they
no,
don't.
but they
don't
like
spin.
have a purpose.
Yes,
They're not really an ornament.
They're connecting with nature as
Right.
opposed to imposing on nature. Like I don't necessarily like sculptures outside.
Some I don't like.
Some in gardens I like, but if you see a big sculpture in the middle of a field, I don't like that. It just doesn't work for me.
I kind of like those whale tails though when you drive to Burlington.
I liked them, the original ones.
yeah, I liked where they were before.
I don't like that they keep going, that they're sort of immortal. I mean, if they came back to their original spot and we could just go back in time, I'd be completely happy with them.
Well,
But I'm not going forward with them.
who's that sculptor?
Jim Sardonis.
Sardonis, yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He is amazing. Have you seen the baby and the mama hippo that's next to the floating bridge in Brookfield? I like that one.
Oh, he did that?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I took
Yeah,
my
that's
child
like-
there when he was only 3 days old, and we sat on that baby and mama hippo and
That's
had
fun.
our picture taken.
That's very fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I don't know, Christina. I like lawn ornaments.
That's okay. You said a lot. You don't
I
have
did.
to like them all.
Here's what I don't like. Have you ever
What?
seen? It's like a swing that hangs from a tree, and it's got a little girl in it, but she's made of terracotta, but she doesn't have a top to her head, so
Oh,
you can
yeah.
just plant crap in her head.
Oh, that's bad. That's too much.
Super stupid.
Yeah. That's
It's
just
like it's like a
try-
swinging chia pet. It's just dumb.
It's trying to do too many things at once. Let's
It
just go
is.
simplified. At least Buddha just sits there. He's just sitting there. He's just like one person sitting in the garden quietly, and he's not calling attention to himself
Yeah,
particularly.
don't overdo it. Do not.
Right? Don't try
Less
to.
is more when it comes to garden ornaments.
Right. What about, oh,
And don't put those
I've-
butterflies
I-
on the side of your house, for
well,
God's sake.
I have mixed feelings about frogs.
What? I love frogs.
No, lawn ornaments, frog.
Oh,
There's a lot
sure.
of, the frog motif is pretty common for,
Right.
so I'm kind of just mixed on that. Some I like, some I don't.
I used to have a little, like, weathered looking frog with a little crown on his head in my old garden. He was the frog prince,
That's kind of cool.
And he was all that was in there. So, I didn't feel like he was really, I don't know. He was okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's, case by case.
Yep.
Okay. Good. Glad. So, what else? I've been all over the state this week. Just
What?
all
Yeah,
the
you
heck
have.
over. Would you know that just by looking at me? Would you know that I've been like all
No,
over the
When I
place?
glanced in at your
I-
Facebook posts, I think maybe I kind of figured it out. But I
Yeah.
am so spastic this week. I haven't really paid attention to anything.
Yeah.
I get on for like 2 seconds when I come inside. So, I'm like having a drink or a snack or a bathroom break, and I just vent, and then I go back outside again. So I haven't really paid attention to anyone
see.
else's life.
Yeah, so
week, I'm afraid.
venting on Facebook. You've
Yep.
been venting a little bit.
I have been.
That's
venting
good
a
if that's
lot
if
for
that's
me.
the only
I'm
place you can
anti-vent.
vent. But if that's where you vent, I think it's okay. Because if somebody's
don't have
bound
any
to
other
hear
people.
you.
There's no people to vent to, so I have to just like
Well,
that's where the people are.
I agree. That's the same with me.
And a vent just
I have to vent.
I've tried just sort of grumbling and shouting to myself, and it doesn't feel like you're letting go of the bad emotions if there's no one to hear them.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to say I tripped over a log on the dog bed this morning while I was like doing 1,000 other things, and I screamed a bunch of stuff, like how mad I was about everything right there, and there was no one listening, and it didn't feel very purposeful.
Yeah, that's funny.
Just the dog
log,
looked sad, like
the
like I was
log-
yelling at him, and I wasn't.
There was a log.
Well, I had brought some chopped up firewood in and laid it on the sort of in the entryway to our house, and then our puppy dog wants it, so he kind of sneaks little pieces over to his bed.
Oh, interesting.
And it's kind of dark there, and so I tripped on a log that was on his bed.
That's funny, because when you said that, I realized that there had been a log. There was a log misplaced in a pet cemetery this week that I was gardening in. And I looked at the log, and I said, "Why is there a log in the pet cemetery?"
But I didn't. Dog.
No, I didn't. Well, possibly, but it was a little bigger. It was like a piece of cordwood.
That's what my dog chews because he has 200 pounds.
And there's a big golden retriever at this job. He possibly could have brought that.
Dogs are a little
cordwood.
optimistic about what they want to chew usually.
Okay, that could possibly be true.
My dog felt so neglected this week because I really have been too busy to lavish them with much attention that he has sort of outgrown his like chewing up of junk stage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's gone past that. But he was clearly so annoyed that he chewed up Eli's sneakers and then he chewed up my muck boots.
Oh.
Like completely. I had to throw them all away.
And
he hasn't done that in a long time.
Right.
So that
just
was not cool.
Going back to venting. Isn't there a Starbucks size called venti?
I don't drink coffee, or I've never been to a Starbucks in my life.
It just came to my head. You know, my brain free associates.
I don't know. Is that like a size?
Venti. I think it's a size, venti.
What's that mean?
I don't know, but I think it's about just, largesse. Do you know what largesse is?
I would feel so irritated by people who rename crap like that. Like coffee sizes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Large,
medium, or small. Get over yourself and stop being so privileged that you're going to rename your coffee like it's so special.
Well, it got so confusing at a certain point that when I go to coffee shop and they say, "What size?" I just say the biggest one you got. Because that works. And I can always drink that much.
I'm so done with everything in the world
What?
being like attempting like pretentious bull crap of renaming sizes.
You're done.
I'm done. I'm just done this week in general.
Okay.
I'm just mad.
Nice. I like it.
It's better that I'm mad, though, because I said early this morning, oh my God, I'm so stressed out. I'm going to go into the radio show, and I'm just going to be like, Christina, I'm just going to cry the whole radio show. But it's better if I'm a little pissy instead of just crying the whole radio show, because there's just so much
it gives us
to do,
a lot
and
to
I
talk
feel overwhelmed,
about.
and I'd rather be mad about that than sad, I guess.
Right.
Huh.
Okay. Well, we could play a song now.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
And I'll remove these
and
Pop-Tarts from our vision.
We'll look up venti and see what kind of a size it is. It sounds big to me. I don't think it's a smaller size. That would be like Penissimo or...
Oh my God, shut up.
Sorry, all my kids are in Italy, so that's why.
Oh.
All right, so the first song here is Charlie's Coal by Val McCallum.
Cool.
Follow the highway, follow the hawk to the green hills of Schooltown, where my daddy grew up, working down in the dark, hauling out the coal. It stays on your skin. It never leaves your soul. Digging coal, black coal, from down cameras roll. He dreamed of a woman so blonde and so fair. So he had to go find her, climbing up out of there. Together they handle any twist in the road. Yeah, it strengthens your life when you're sharing the load. Fire in the fireplace from some of his cold power from so long ago. I live by the ocean, the California dream. He lives under the earth now. What he left isn't seen. Gave me my first guitar. I still remember that day. I still see his smile every time I play it. It gets into your heart and never goes away. Digging coal, black coal, from down in that hole. Digging gold, pure gold, makes the engines roll. Daddy's gold, pure gold, made the cameras roll.
All right. Thanks, Val.
Nice.
That was about his stepdad, Charlie Bronson.
Oh,
So I traveled all the heck around the state.
that's cool. I didn't go
I
anywhere.
love my job. I got coffee at the Warren store and blueberry muffins.
Nice.
That's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
And but my biggest adventure was going to Stowe.
How come?
Stowe is a little confusing to me.
You don't say.
Don't you get confused in Stowe? Like, it's the
I guess.
smallest. It's really a small town. That main intersection just has like a 3-way stop sign.
Yeah.
Has a stop sign.
No,
This
there's
huge-
a light. Isn't
No,
there a
there's
light
no
there?
light.
Well, there's
no
one
light.
light, I think, in town. Isn't
No,
there?
no, not. I didn't see it unless I'm blind.
I'm pretty
I did
sure
not
there's
see it. I was
one
very
light.
confused. I stopped. I saw the stop sign, and
Like
then
by that little.
well,
No, I guess I'm thinking further down by the Waterbury. I mean, there's one light when you get off the exit to go towards Stowe, like the Waterbury.
that's
exit.
Waterbury
I know.
Center.
I feel
or
like there
before.
might be a light. Christina.
That's at the Ben and Jerry's plant, but this is way up in
No, I know,
Stowe.
but I feel like still.
I
in the
don't
middle
think
of
so.
Stowe.
I don't think
Well, it doesn't
so.
seem very Stowe-y to have a light, though, does it?
But it's got like a million businesses, and it's got
I know.
multi-million-dollar homes up in the hills and all that.
Yeah, and if you turn left, you go to that thing that has a little tiny covered bridge walkway, and if you go straight, it's by that like
okay, I don't
Max.
know.
It's by Max Market, right? That's where.
Max. It's just past Max. I did notice Max on the left,
Yeah.
and then you come up to the stop sign. Did I miss the light?
I could be wrong.
No, it was just a bunch of people trying to figure out who goes first, in
What?
Vermont.
Let
It's
me
so
just
hard
check.
to figure it
I
out.
could have sworn there was a light.
But you're probably wondering what the heck I was doing in Stowe.
Okay, what the heck were you doing in Stowe?
I was crashing a chiropractor's conference.
Woohoo. What?
Yeah, I was. It was this 2-day conference about wellness and health and stuff. And but I need to tell you about this because I need your advice. I just need your opinion as to whether I did something wrong. Okay, because I know you're sort of my moral compass.
Okay.
Right. So this thing, if you sign up for this event, it was $297 to go for 2 days.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to see this one speaker who was speaking for an hour. That was the only reason I wanted to go, right?
Yes.
And so I wrote to them and I said, hey, I just want to come, for an hour. Can I just come for an hour? Can I, And he said, sure, we'll give you a discount, $97. And you can come for the day and you can see as much as you want, whatever.
Okay.
Well, I don't have $97 to pay to go see somebody for an hour. It just didn't seem right to me.
No.
So
that's
I went up there.
a little steep.
Yeah. So I was still determined to go. What? Stoplight? There's no stoplight in Stowe.
It's on the stop sign. There's
What?
a stoplight on the stop sign.
What, do you have a picture of it?
Yeah.
What do you mean a
Here.
stoplight on
Okay,
the stop sign?
you have to zoom in. See the stop sign? It's got the stoplight right on top of the sign.
That's impossible.
See
you don't
it? Look at it.
I can't see this. It's too small.
Do that little thing where you pinch with your fingers.
Yeah, I am. Oh, no, that's just a light. That's not a stoplight. That's like just a light that goes on to let you know there's a stop sign. Like
What? It's a light.
No, that is not a stoplight.
Well,
I beg to differ.
I don't know, Christina. I swear to God, there's...
Well, so I
swear.
got dressed up.
What? You did?
Well, kind of. I had some leggings, so I put leggings on. I had a nice jacket, so I looked kind of different than I do, so nobody would probably recognize me because I was wearing nice clothes. And my friend Tiffany was going to go to the conference because she works for a chiropractor, and so the whole office got to go. They were hosting all the employees to go to this event.
Yes.
And so she let me know. She said, well, okay, it's, go to the lodge, go to the Spruce Peak Lodge, and then go to the lobby of the lodge and just go to the left of the main desk.
Here's a picture of the stoplight on now. I zoomed in on it. See it off there?
Yeah, it has a red light on the top.
Yeah, but I think it turns green sometimes when you can go.
That is one bogus stoplight.
I don't know.
That is a bogus stoplight.
Sure. I've
Is that
spent
supposed
plenty
to be
of time there. I think that's...
Is that supposed to be sort of like quaint?
I don't know. I think they just
That's
didn't want
not a
any like
stoplight.
wires in their world. Ugly wires.
No, they just have like 50 chain restaurants if you turn left, but not a proper stoplight.
Anyway.
I just think Stowe has some odd ambiance. The ambiance is a little
Yeah, they're really
strange.
trying to rock that like Austrian vibe.
Right.
And I'm like,
Von Trapp.
you're not Austrian, everyone. Just stop. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Well, so
And their lift tickets are like outrageous. Outrageous.
Really?
I don't think you could pay that much anywhere else in the country.
And it's confusing to tell where to go, like where to go into the ski area.
It's so exclusive. They don't need to tell you. You just have to know already. It's
Like,
like when
they have
things
hotels-
don't have prices on them, because if you have to ask how much things cost, then you can't afford it.
There's a fancy hotel where you can just stay and then you can ski out the door right into the ski area. I thought that was where Stowe was, but then I think it's past that. There's a big parking lot like a mile past that. And if you keep going, you get
Is that
to
for the
Spruce.
commoners?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to Spruce Lodge.
Yes.
And I had on my fancy clothes.
Yes.
And I walked into the lodge, which is a fancy hotel.
Yeah,
And I
it
walked,
is.
and I just had this look on my face like, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to the conference. I just walked past the front thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to where the conference room was, and I sat down on a couch. It was lunchtime, so
Mm-hmm.
everybody was off at lunch. And I just sat there for a while. And then Tiffany showed up. She's coming back from lunch with her chiropractor friends, and we all just went into the conference room. is where this guy was speaking.
Yeah.
So I sat down with Tiffany, and there was like one other speaker who was speaking before the person that I wanted to see.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there, and then somebody kind of comes up and very quietly next to me says, is somebody using this seat? Can I sit here? And I kind of glanced over and I said, sure, that's fine. And it was him.
Speaker?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was him. He sat next to me.
Fate.
You know who it was?
I don't know who it was.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Why is he speaking about chiropractic?
He's speaking about big pharma and drugs and
I thought this was a chiropractor.
yeah, there's some
thing.
concern about, drug use
Whoa.
in society
Weird.
of various kinds. But anyway, so I was thrilled.
That's cool.
I got to sit next to him and I talked to
And
him
you were
afterwards.
dressed up and everything.
Yeah, and I didn't get busted, but and then I thought, well, maybe I should contact them and just make a donation, but then I'd have to confess that I actually just walked in and was a scofflaw, was kind of a what do you call that?
Like a squatter.
A criminal? Was it a criminal action on my part that I did that? I would have paid them like $20. I would probably go up to 30 even.
Yeah, everything there is really expensive.
But 97, I don't know.
Who just sang there recently and the tickets were over $500?
No.
Yes.
No, that's not
And it was somebody who like
who?
I can't remember.
Like
who's-
Lady Gaga?
No, it was like who's Bob Dylan's kid?
Baby Bob?
No. Who's Bob Dylan's kid? Why
I
can't I
don't
think of
know.
this?
J starts with a J.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
God, I feel like I have to Google everything today.
Jason Dylan?
No.
Jacob.
Is that right?
He doesn't charge $500. He would not.
Well, I'm not saying he did.
His
I'm saying
father
Spruce
doesn't
Peak
charge
did.
five. That's just not
Bob
right.
Dylan.
Nobody charges $500 for a ticket
Son.
in Vermont. That would be like the
Bob
Queen of
Jacob
England.
Dylan. Yes, you're right. Oh, he has more than one. He has Jacob, Jesse, and Sam, but it's Jacob who. Yeah, I'm not kidding
So
you.
he didn't name his kids things like Moon Unit for some
No,
reason. I
he
don't know
didn't.
why. He could have. It was an
Wow,
opportune.
Jacob Dylan has some
opportune time.
serious eyebrows.
Well,
If he and I had babies, it would just be like a big walking eyebrow. Look at this guy's eyebrows.
nice. Did you know my grandfather had really fantastic eyebrows? My
Really?
Scottish one, like the big, beautiful, impressive,
Fuzzy
like mystic-
caterpillars on his head. Kind of.
Yeah, very distinguished.
Nice. Okay, well. No, I'm not saying that Jacob Dylan charged that much. I'm saying Spruce Peak charged that much.
No, they didn't. For one
Yeah,
ticket,
they did, baby.
for just one person.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out. I just
Okay.
can't believe it.
That's
it's
just the
a-
only one I know of. I know that all their concerts are crazy expensive
I went to see Rusty there.
because they have to pay for that place.
I went to see
And they
Rusty.
just built it, and it's really
Rusty
expensive.
DeWeese and Patrick played
Yeah,
up
he plays
there.
there regularly.
And Peter Wilder.
Yep.
It was a good show.
Usually is.
Yeah, it's a nice art center. Anyway, what do you think? You didn't even tell me. Like,
Oh,
if you
I
thought
don't
it was
know.
bad, was I a bad
No,
person?
I think you're in the gray area of bad.
Yeah, it's kind of gray.
Yeah. I don't know. Like,
I mean, I could have. I guess I was trying to avoid paying $97. I was trying to get
that is
around
just
that
ridiculous.
little. And I left right after that. I talked to him after he talked, and then I left. So I was there, very briefly.
Yeah.
But it was worth it. It was well worth it. He's one of my heroes.
You know what,
So-
though? It, like, taking a little foray into the criminal life every now and then can't hurt you, probably.
Yeah, it happens more than I'd care to say. But spelling word for you.
All right, hold on.
And a vocab word that was sent in by
that's
Glow.
better.
It's
Okay.
a really tough one. Do you
Oh,
want
Glow.
do you want the spelling or the vocab?
both. Do both.
Okay, camaraderie is the spelling word. You're never going to get this because this is a tough word.
Why is it tough?
Camaraderie. Because it's tough even to say. It's like a spirit of good friendship and loyalty among members of a group is what it is, technically. But you got it? Come on, bingo.
Like, it's just. I thought it was just spelled regular, like COMRADERIE.
You would think it would come from comrade, right?
Yeah.
But isn't somehow. It's camaraderie.
Oh, right. So, comma. Radery. So the same way, but with a, like, comma.
No,
What then?
it's C-A-M-A.
C-A-M-A.
Camaraderie. Camaraderie.
Yeah.
C-A-M-A-R-A-D-E-R-I-E.
Yeah. Okay.
Got it?
That looks right, but jeez,
That's just a crazy one. Okay, here's the
weird though, because you would think that my like sight, I've seen that word 10,000 times, so why wouldn't I be able to?
It doesn't
understand?
connect. It's just one of those words that's not going to connect because you think comrade, comrade, comrade. I do. So we'll have to figure out why that isn't.
Definitely. Okay. What's the
Okay,
word?
here's a word that if I saw this would be the typical word on the SATs that you have heard a lot, but
I
you
did
have
awesome
no.
on that portion of the SATs.
You did.
I did like as well as you could do on that portion, and I
Wow.
did as bad as you could do on the math portion.
Well, that's saying something. That
No.
makes sense to me. Okay.
But then you get your whole score, and you're like, oh, this is not very good.
Okay, well, this word is actually a synonym for the word pellucid, which in and of itself is a difficult word. We could start there, and then we could go
Yeah, I don't
to
know what that means.
Okay, what about limpid? It means the
Yeah.
same thing. You know limpid?
Yeah, it's
does it
like
mean?
full of life and warmth.
No,
and-
it's not.
yes, it is. When you say somebody's eyes are limpid, like they're full of mirth and joy and
Okay, I looked it up. It said absolutely serene and untroubled. Like having a limpid childhood.
that's what, like limp?
Well,
No.
that's what I can't get away from the word
People are
limp.
always using it to
Limpid.
describe like kind of mirth.
No,
and-
lucid. You don't mean lucid.
No, I don't mean
Limpid.
lucid. I mean limpid.
Limpid.
Yeah.
Well, it also means transparent. Like a stream can be limpid. That's what pellucid means. Or if I'm even saying that correctly, clear. Limpid prose is clear and simple, stylistically.
Oh, I think of it as being like mirthful and full of mischievous energy.
Well, okay. I mean, possibly. I just looked it up quickly because I didn't have a clue.
Right.
I would never use that word. I would not use.
I have used that word before.
Well,
I guess I've been using it wrong. I
wouldn't. I wouldn't use a word that sounds so much like another word that's kind of completely different. I mean, 50% of people at least hearing
Well,
the
I
word.
know it doesn't mean lucid.
Most people.
People use it so much in poetry, though.
No, they don't.
Yes,
I
they
don't.
do.
I've never used it. I wouldn't.
I have.
But what I'm saying is that 50% of people hearing that word are going to think it's related to the word limp, which is the last thing you want if you're trying to describe something that's beautiful and etheric and, uplifting. No, it's limp.
But it has other meanings.
Like what?
Okay, so you had the unclouded clear one, or free of anything that darkens, but it also means clear and accessible or melodious,
Oh, that's
like
nice.
musically.
Oh,
in
you
writing.
said mirthful, so that's
I
close.
did.
Melodious and mirthful.
Not really, but
Not a mouthful. Mirthful. All right, I just doubt I'll use that word.
luminous is another one.
Luminous,
that is very
really?
that it has as a synonym.
It's just a waste. It's a shame that it has the word limp in it. Just by adding ID, it's going to take us away from the whole feeling of, lethargy and something that's lifeless. What is id?
I don't know what it is. I'm just
All right.
just trying to figure out why I've thought it was like sort of amusing type of word.
Well,
Amusement derived.
we'll go to the next song.
Okay.
And you can contemplate that and you can try to figure out where you ever learned that word and why I missed it. I missed learning it.
Well, apparently I didn't learn it because I have used it regularly
I
and
bet-
didn't know what it meant.
You were one of those kids that read a lot, right? Because
Yeah, that's why I had to wear
Yeah.
glasses because
really.
I read so much and my book was like 2 inches from my face and I trained my eyes to only see things up close. And until I started public school at the age of 13 or 14, I didn't know that I was pretty much blind. Like I didn't know that other people could see like leaves on trees or birds. And then when I got my first glasses, I was like, holy crap. It was overwhelming.
Wow.
It was bizarre.
Nice. Nice surprise.
Well, I don't know how I existed not knowing. Like I really couldn't see. It's just weird to think about that.
That is strange. We'll think about that too.
Okay.
Okay, this is The Grand Design, is the name of the song by Michael Oakland.
Cool.
I'm not the singer I used to be. I'm more of a listener these days. And I'm not the player you'd once come see. I'm more of a working man. And I'm not to reason the changes that come with time. It's just what the season arranges in the grand design. Isn't it right that we should grow as we're watching the changes come and go? And isn't it right that we should smile through the tears we cry, 'cause we know it'll change in a little while. To reason the changes that come with love. It's just what the season arranges with the orders from above. Pattern I have yet to perceive, a dancer to the caller's choice, a listener for the caller's voice. Yet I'm not to reason the changes that come with time. Just what the season arranges in the grand design. I'm not to reason the changes that come with time. It's just what the season arranges in the grand.
Thank you, Michael. He used to live around here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I used to go in and do harmony vocals for him.
Nice.
But I wasn't on that. Not on that track. Quite a good songwriter.
That's pretty awesome. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, so did you see that I went looking for Keezer Pond?
But you found it.
Yeah. I did.
Cool.
I had a trespass.
See?
I guess this week was about law
You're already
breaking.
a hardened criminal. You trespass all the time.
Well, have you ever been up that road?
No.
Really? Because I hadn't.
Well, I don't know.
It's just weird in your own
I?
town that there could be a road that you've passed by a million times. Like, I would take the Stratford, like the county road, from Chelsea over to Stratford, that one, all the time. The Stratford,
Yeah.
right? I would take
That's,
that,
like,
and I would
to my road.
Yes, and I would always pass that little dirt road that goes down the hill before you get to Corey's house,
Wait, what is it called?
Harrowland Hill.
Oh yeah. I thought it was Havelock.
Well,
No,
there's
Harrowland.
Holt. There's Holt Hill, which is connected to Harrowland Hill.
Yeah, I know where you're talking about.
Okay, and
now.
it used to not have a sign, and I would always
Right.
pass it.
It's a
and go-
homemade one now, right? Or
No,
it had a homemade.
It had
sign
a
for a
homemade
while.
sign, and now it's got a real sign. So I thought, well, it must be a through road then, because it didn't say no outlet and it didn't say dead end. So I finally was coming back from a gardening job in Stratford the other day, and I just said, I'm going to take that darn road today. And as I drove down, and it's almost surreal when you've looked at a road for 20 years, but you haven't gone down it. You're finally going
Yeah.
down it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's a real high. And so then I realized that I had researched it on satellite, on Google Earth. I had researched that whole area. So I thought, I'll try to remember like what I had found. And I remembered that I had seen Keyser Pond and that I had these big farm fields right next to it.
Yeah.
So I parked the car and it just like went to look for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Some kid is having like a mental breakdown down there.
I know. That happens at daycare
That is
centers.
some serious screaming.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess my kids aren't quite old enough for me to have completely lost that part of panic in my body when I hear that
when you
type
hear
of
that,
scream.
that
I'm like,
blood-curdling scream.
it almost makes you just jolt out of your chair. Like, what is it? What is it? Are you okay? Are you okay? Like,
I know. It's true.
listening to it a little more, it sounds like a wicked mad scream. Not a
Yeah,
hurt
sometimes
scream,
you
but
can, at my age, sometimes you hallucinate that cry with your name in it. Well, your name being Mom.
I've totally
with the
done
mom
that.
cry.
I've totally done that.
Or you
before.
hear somebody else's
late
yeah,
at
like,
night.
exactly.
I've heard my kids crying for me, like
Yeah.
when they weren't there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know how I started to look up Keyser Pond? This is kind of a funny story. For some reason, I was looking at bodies of water. I was looking at dams that were kind of earmarked for as possible dangers because they could
Let loose?
yeah, because they were
What,
old,
like natural beaver dams or real dams.
No,
like
I think
people
like
dams.
man-made dams in Vermont that they keep a registry of all those dams and they kind of categorize them as which ones are not in good repair. And that one kind of cropped up. It's probably an older dam or something. And that's how I found it.
Cool.
That's
Have
why
you
I
read
started
that book?
looking at 'em.
I think it's called The Story of the Lake or something like that. And I don't remember if it's set around here. It's not a Joe Citro book, but it's kind of a horror story.
I don't know.
It's pretty.
don't
It's
know.
weirdly good. It was about like this rich guy who wanted to build a giant lake where this little New England town was. So he bought up everything in the town and flooded the whole valley.
Oh, that's actually happened in
Yeah, I
Vermont,
think it's
right?
after kind of a true story. And
Down
one
at Springfield.
farm family was just like a holdout. They wouldn't sell their farm. And I think something weird and untold happened. I think he hired people to like either chase him off or maybe kill them or something, and then let the water loose and flood it over their farm. And then years later, the actual ghosty or horror part of the story is like the ghosts of this killed or whatever drowned family come back to haunt like the residents of around this little pristine like Richie Rich town that happened because there's a lake that flooded over the
that's
weird
a
little
good
immigrants
story.
and all the other people that were there. But
Wow.
I don't know. Your talk of unsafe dams made me
Right.
think of that.
And there is a place, what is the town, like right near Springfield, if you're going north, there's a reservoir there that used to have a town in it.
Yeah. So
Forget the
interesting to
name.
think of all the towns that used to be that aren't anymore. Like even right here along our valley, when the big flood of 28 came through, like I used to live in Gaysville when I worked at Killington, and it was a big booming town. There was a giant snowshoe factory and this whole village there along the river, and the flood took the entire village out. Now it's just a giant gorge and the river runs down below it, and there was a whole town there that's gone.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I always wondered, kind of like why
And
it had
Bethel,
why
like,
it had
sort
a
of
church.
the the little Italian community, like all the stoneworkers and stuff in Bethel, their little Italian community got flooded away.
In Bethel? Italians?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Not just Barry?
No.
That's interesting.
Well, Bethel also has a granite quarry. And so there was
Where's
like
that?
Little Italy in Bethel.
Where's the granite quarry?
On a back road. You could see it from the interstate.
Have I been there? You mean the salt place. There's a salt mine.
I don't know. No, it's a granite quarry. Bethel White is a famous granite.
Oh.
I think the Washington Monument might be made out of Bethel White.
Maybe it's not salt. It's something
It's
white.
granite,
You can
dude.
see it.
Yeah, it's called Bethel White. It's granite.
No.
Yes, it is. Damn it, Christina.
No, I've driven.
I know.
Driven. There's some
This
cool roads.
This is
Okay.
not Emily misinformation.
All right,
Like,
okay.
I know it. I promise you there's a granite quarry in Barrie.
Okay.
I mean, in Bethel. I know
Okay.
people who work there.
No, I've driven.
I know they make Bethel White,
That's-
and it's very famous.
That's actually a road that I've wanted to go up because there's some.
I don't know which road
There's
it's on,
really
but-
kind of crazy little back roads, and there's this really cool farm back in there that has a lot of cairns.
Oh. But you can see it
It's
from
like-
the interstate, like when you go between the Bethel and the Randolph exits.
Yeah, but don't you want to
you can
go
see
up
it.
to it because there's some mysterious roads. You go up
Sure.
Christian Hill Road. and you
I
keep
guess I
going
don't
out that
explore around
way.
Bethel that often.
There's some places that are just weird.
But our neighbor, who has passed away a couple years ago, was writing a book about Little Italy in Bethel because he and his wife's relatives grew up there. And
Holy moly.
And so he
The things you don't
was
know.
going and finding all the descendants of the Italian stone workers and stuff and all their stories. And
My
things
God, that is just too
Like
much.
that. Anyway,
Gee whiz. Well, we missed the train.
I know. And
It was
a good
on
loud
during,
one today,
yeah, it was
too.
on during Val's song, and it's
Yeah.
like we could hear it, and like it was passing through America. We heard it happening, and it was a strong symbol. We are all passing through America. So
Passing through America's anus. Sorry, I'm in a mood.
oh my gosh,
Stupid Alabama.
you need to see Lady and Bill. I
love-
saw him at the
I love
store. I
Lady and
passed
Bill.
him. I passed him at the. They were. Bill was parked right in front of the Tunbridge store, and a lady, of course, was waiting in the car with her head stuck out the window, and I was going to work. So I got so excited.
We have
I
another
saw
neighbor, Mert, who maybe you've seen her. I saw her today as I was driving by. She has a pug that is so overweight that it's just, and she'll walk this pug on 110 often, but in North Tunbridge. And the pug is so overweight, it is just a giant sausage with tiny little legs that stick out the bottom.
Oh,
Which is bizarre because I see her walking it everywhere all the time. So it's getting exercise,
Wow.
but
it's just.
Mert also makes the most amazing donuts in the world. So I have a feeling that this pug
Oh, maybe get some donut
doesn't
scraps.
quite offset its
Yeah.
delicious
You-
menu with.
That just reminds me. You know what, Nate? You know what? I cried this week. You know what made me cry?
What? I cried so many times this week.
Did you? I almost never cry, but I was driving back from a job in Sharon, and it's going down the road, and I passed this house that had a chain link pen, and a little dog was sitting in the pen. And I looked at the dog, and it had the saddest look on its face. And it was a very small pen. It wasn't a nice pen. It was one of those pens that looks like a prison.
Yes,
And
I
I
know.
passed it, and I just tears welled up in my eyes,
Aw.
and I wanted to just hug that dog and take it far, far away.
Yeah.
And someday I shall.
You shall.
I shall take all those animals very far, far away from here.
My poor dogs probably feel like they're in prison this week. I don't have time to deal with their BS this week, too. So I get why my dog chewed up the shoes. He's annoyed with me. I haven't been giving them love or attention or fun this week. But they've been acting. They know that I'm too busy to deal with their crap this week at all. Like, they are not allowed to do anything annoying.
like don't try.
Don't even
don't
try.
even try.
Stop.
Don't look
Like,
at me.
I can't deal with any more porcupines. I can't deal with having to take them to the vet or do anything when they screw around. So I'm just like, you guys are mostly staying inside. You're going to go out to pee and run around, and then you're going to go back in the house because I can't deal with you right now. And if I let them both out at once, they know this too, and they run off somewhere. And then I have to spend time like looking for them, which is annoying.
Oh, I used to hate
So
that.
I have to be careful to only let them out one at a time lately.
Oh.
Because on their own, they don't want to do
That's-
anything. But
yeah.
together, Maeve likes to take Brock far away and then leave him because she knows he gets lost because he's really dumb. And so she'll run home, like, kind of laughing to herself. You can tell. And then I'm like, where's your brother? And she just looks at you like, I don't know. And I'm like, I know you left him somewhere. And then I have to go and hunt for him because he'll just be like crying under a tree far away. And you just can't come home because he doesn't understand things.
It's a hard shake.
So, but they both always try. They're huge because they're both twice as big as me. And they both want to go outside together because that's way more fun to run away or wrestle or whatever. And I have to try and like let one squeeze out the door and hold the other one back. And
that's a tough management issue. I used to have management issues like that with my cats, but no more. Now they're just completely organized.
No, they're not. One is so old that it can't even move or see. It doesn't care about anything.
Yeah, well, that makes the organization easier because her, she's limited.
She's no longer mobile. She just sits around.
She bumps around. She gets where she needs to go. Yeah, she bumps
for the
around.
past like almost 2 years. I don't think I've ever seen that cat ever, except for just sleeping on your couch. That's all I've ever seen it do. I've never seen it even move.
Sometimes she waits till things are pretty calm.
I think that cat is just dead, and you've just been keeping it on your couch.
I check every day to make sure she's not dead. I think at least once a day. I'm like, okay, is she breathing? Because I know
she's not dead because I pet her and she's warm and she does like little squeaky noises sometimes.
Well, she's been sitting behind the wood stove because I've had the wood stove going still, and she sits behind there and she'll sit there. The other day she was back there for like 12 hours. I was like, okay, this is it. She's probably dead, but she wasn't. We gotta sign off.
What already?
I know.
Okay, well,
I had this whole page of notes on cupcakes.
I know. I
wanted to talk about cupcakes, but we'll have to get to cupcakes.
This woodchuck paper that I have here.
Yeah, next week, cupcakes and scones. Okay. There's a lot to talk about there.
I'm going to be psycho next week because it's going to be within like minutes of a wedding.
Fantastic.
So I don't even know if you people want to tune in. I'm going to make your anxiety like hit the roof.
It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be great. Okay, so we're going to go out on a track by Will Patton.
Okay.
And this is called Waltz for Anna. And thank you very much for
your
listening.
Anna?
No, it's for his Anna. He's got an Anna. So thanks for listening.
All
we have had such a good time. We love everybody.
Next week. We do.
Yeah.
Sorta.
Yeah.
Mostly. We do.
Don't say it, then take it back.
No, I love everybody. I just don't love
too.
everything right now.
I know. It's cool.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
Take care.
Bye, guys.